I mean, I quite honestly, I think you're a fraud. I think that you enjoy doing this type of work. You don't want to take, you're admitting your guilt, and maybe you have in all these other cases too. I mean, I get tired of people coming in here having stolen from people, and it's just very disheartening that somebody that's able-bodied, obviously educated, has some talent, and you want to use it for just destructive purposes. It just infuriates me.
I was simply doing a job, sir. Yes, sir.
Simply do that.
Yeah, it's that simple, sir. Like I literally, I was eating out of a trash can in New York, and
So you come to Ohio and decide to steal from the citizens of my county.
It's where the job sent me. I didn't choose to
What are you
come
talking
here.
about job?
I took a job on the dark web, sir, because I needed to get some
Entering
money.
a guilty plea to the indictment, which is 1 count of F5 identity fraud, 2 counts of F5 forgery, and 1 count of M1 falsification.
Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor, that is our understanding.
All right. Mr. Miller, they're telling me you're going to change your plea to guilty to, looks like 4 counts from the indictment. This document says we're going to plead of guilty to 1 count of identity fraud, a felony of the 5th degree. That carries a maximum penalty of 12 months in prison and a maximum fine of $2,500. There are 2 counts of forgery. Each of those are also felonies of the 5th degree, and each of them carry maximum penalties of 12 months in prison and maximum fines of $2,500. The 4th count is one of falsification, a misdemeanor of the 1st degree, and that carries a maximum penalty of 180 days in the Warren County Jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand the maximum penalties for these offenses?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, if this case would have proceeded to trial, the state would have proven beyond a reasonable doubt that on or about January 14th, 2026, in Deerfield Township, Warren County, Ohio, the defendant entered the Stockyards Bank and Trust in Deerfield Township and attempted to access an account belonging to the victim, Joseph Dodd. The bank had concerns over the identity that was being produced. The defendant continued to identify himself as Joseph Dodds. When law enforcement arrived, he handed over a Kentucky driver's license that identified him as Joseph Dodds and had in his possession documents creating an LLC using Mr. Dodds' information. It took fingerprints to identify the defendant.
Mr. Gibbs, anything on those facts?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Miller, did you hear the statement that she read?
Yes,
Do
yes,
you
sir.
admit and acknowledge that what she said is true?
Almost all of it, yes, sir.
Well, tell me what's true and what's not.
I was not trying to access Mr. Joseph Dodd's account. I was just trying to make a new account in his name.
All right. And you had documents that were forged, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And again, you understand all the rights you're giving up entering a plea of guilty, those rights we discussed.
Yes, sir.
What is your plea?
Guilty.
The court will make a finding that you've made a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver of your constitutional rights. The court will accept your plea of guilty, and based upon the statement of facts in your plea, the court will make a finding of guilty. Proceed with sentencing, Ms. Nicholson.
Mr. Dodds is here and does wish to address the court.
Okay, Mr. Dodds, come on up.
Your Honor, my name is Joe Dodds. I guess 3 key points from this. One, I was asked about my input on sentencing or what I feel should happen.
That's what you're here for right now.
I don't have any input. You guys make decisions based on so many factors that I don't comprehend, that I don't know. Whatever you decide is the right
Well, I
answer.
appreciate that.
I don't have any insight that would be better than what you guys would come up with. Secondly, just what we've dealt with on the back end of that. I've got 190 families, right? There's $2 million a month that runs through that payroll. I about lost my life's work. Like it could have been really bad. As far as access to the account, the banker had already changed the login stuff. You know, he was transitioning to take over and argued about having more starter checks on the way out of the bank as the only reason he got caught. The pre-thought, the meditation into creating an LLC that was legal and legit, that she would verify the ID. It's not good. So that's created secondary redundancies. We've hired an in-house employee to review 45 credit cards that are in the field with employees. Our true pay something system where I have to spend 15 minutes a day with the banker going over every transaction that leaves that account. It's just going to be a way of life for me going forward. And those ripple effects that could have happened were really bad. And then I guess thirdly, just kind of from Austin's standpoint, to be at a point where you left there in handcuffs, still claiming to be me, you weren't identified until your fingerprints come back, and then to have the charges in the other states, warrants for the same type of stuff on the report, to not be able to list a home address, just seems like a real lack of respect for the system, and not somebody that I could see turning a leaf very quickly or easily.
Well, we agree on all of that.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, sir?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Ms. Nicholson, is there anything else?
I would just echo a lot of what Mr. Dodd said. While the defendant does not have a lengthy criminal history, he has an extensive history of identity theft or defrauding, possessing fictitious identities, and he did maintain. He maintained the shtick for a while, as you know, the law enforcement was talking to him, knowing that something was suspicious, knowing the bank had an identification for the real Mr. Dodds in front of them, and he kept at it and maintained that lie. He does have extradition warrants that are within the pickup radius to the state of Virginia, and so we believe the only appropriate sentence is further incarceration. He has 98 days of jail time credit. I think he's been to, at least in the ILC report, it looks like he has been to prison or spent some significant time in the jail previously, and that did not seem to have had an effect. He does not have a stable residence, and on his pretrial services report prior to his arraignment, he indicated that his employment and means of support are dark web jobs. So this seems like a lifestyle to Mr. Miller that nothing so far has encouraged him to change.
Thank you. Anything else from probation?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Gibbs?
Yes, Your Honor, as a prosecution note incident, yes, my client did continue to deny, but has come to a full turnaround on that point, is readily admitting his guilt at this point in time. He has dealt with being unhoused and homeless intermittently for the past period of time. His motivation in this was coming from a place of desperation and trying to put food on the table, so to speak, as opposed to just frivolous financial crime. And while that doesn't make it right, I just wish to share that as part of his motivation. In our discussions, he seems to be very remorseful and recognize the seriousness of it. He's had no issue in the 98 days he has been incarcerated in the local jail. And through the ILC, which I understand is not being granted, but in the report from Talbot House in particular, it mentions that there is quite a range of diagnoses that they believe are applicable to him for different substances and issues. We just ask the court to take all of those things into account. If the court does deem additional incarceration appropriate, we would respectfully request that it be completed at the Warren County Jail. Thank you.
Mr. Miller, is there anything you'd like to say?
Yes, sir. I am truly sorry, Mr. Dodd. First off, second off, I'm not doing anything out of malicious. I've been homeless the past 6 years, and unfortunately, I'm white, and it's easy to do white-collar crime. It's not that I haven't learned my lesson. I've never been to prison, sir. I did 3 months in jail in Virginia, and they put me on probation, and they sent me to a program that ended up kicking me out the door back on the street, and had to go back to doing what I was trying to turn my life around to not do. And so immediately went back to New York, and then was kicking around the streets of New York, and accepted another job on the dark web, and came out here. It's not it's not an excuse, I'm sorry, but it's just the truth of my life, and I'm just trying to do the next right thing, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to take advantage of anybody or do anything like that, because I wouldn't want that done to me, but like, I'm just doing the best I can with the resources that I have. And unfortunately, that's what led me here today, but like, like Mr. My attorney said, I'm not causing any problems in jail. I'm helping people that have questions in jail.
Helping them with what? Break the law?
No, sir.
Seems like that's your expertise.
It's not at all my expertise, but it's just what I've come to learn in the past current time. You know what I mean? That I've been homeless. It's very common to break the law in order to survive, sir.
You claim that you do not have a substance use disorder, correct?
Oh no, I do. Yes, I do.
Well, I'm reading from your words. Let me find it. When asked how serious he thought his substance abuse problems were on a scale of one not at all, or 5 extremely, you rated yourself as a 1. You didn't have a problem at all. You stated, I can stop if I wanted, but I like doing drugs. Those are your words.
Yes, because I've come to jail and I've stopped doing drugs. But like when I'm on the streets, I'm doing drugs, sir. I was doing drugs at the time of the incident, and
But
have been the past 6 years.
Do you have some physical disability that you cannot work?
I haven't been able to be housed, sir. So like it's very hard to get a job when you don't have housing.
Have you ever looked into resources to try to find housing?
Never out here, but in New York, yes, sir.
You've never been to prison,
No,
and
sir.
looking at your sentence, at your previous sentences, it seems like every time that they would suspend a sentence, put you on probation. In fact, you're on probation actively right now
Yes.
on 3 separate cases, including a felony perjury, felony false identity, and a possess fictitious ID or license, which sounds eerily similar. Actually, there's another case, an ID theft case out of Virginia as well, that you're on active probation for. Every one of those sentences, they ordered incarceration, they suspended it, and put you on probation. So you're on active probation for similar cases 4 times in Virginia, correct?
That was all one case, sir. It all happened at the same time. I'm not saying it as an excuse.
Well, they do have the same dates. They have different sentences though. 12 months on one, 12 months suspended, 2 years probation, active probation. 3 years incarceration, 3 years suspended, 2 years probation, active probation. Another 12 months suspended, 12 months suspended. It seems like it's
It's all one case.
And it looks like they're all different case numbers, which means, sounds like to me like they're different indictments.
I'm not sure how Commonwealth works, sir, but like, it was all one case. It was all last year in 2025.
And there's another case you're on probation for, where again, you got a suspended sentence for possession of Schedule 1 or 2 controlled substance.
Yes, it was
You have
methamphetamine,
currently
sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 outstanding warrants out of Virginia.
I understand, but that controlled substance was methamphetamine because I have drug problems, sir.
Well, again, if you can stop doing drugs anytime you want, why not stop doing drugs, do something a little more constructive, and stop ripping other people off?
Again, it's very hard to stop doing drugs when you're living on the streets, sir. And that's why I want to do this ILC, but I understand it's up to you guys, not me.
Yeah, Mr. Miller, everything you say rings very hollow with me. I mean, I quite honestly, I think you're a fraud. I think that you enjoy doing this type of work. You don't want to take, you're admitting your guilt, and maybe you have in all these other cases too. But at some point in time, if you were truly repentant, then you stop stealing from other people or trying to steal from other people, and you do something positive and constructive with your life. I mean, I get tired of people coming in here having stolen from people, and it's just very disheartening that somebody that's able-bodied, obviously educated, has some talent, and you want to use it for just destructive purposes. It just infuriates me, and I get sick of it.
Sorry, Your Honor. If you look at the dates, it hasn't even been a year. So, like, I'm not really sure where you're saying all this time I've been a criminal. It was May of last year that I created that crime in Virginia.
So you leave the state of Virginia, you come to Ohio, and you do the same thing here and try to steal from somebody.
I was simply doing a job, sir. Yes, sir.
Simply do that.
Yeah, it's that simple, sir. Like I literally, I was eating out of a trash can in New York, and
So you come to Ohio and decide to steal from the citizens of my county.
It's where the job sent me. I didn't choose to
What are you
come
talking
here.
about job?
I took a job on the dark web, sir, because I needed to get some money. And it's not it's not an excuse, but that's what happened.
I mean, the criminal mentality that you have is just, it truly blows my mind right now. That you looking for a job, you go get a job on the dark web, creating a fictitious, I mean, I
I
don't
didn't
even.
create that, sir. It was just given to me.
This really could have been a disaster had you not been, had somebody at the bank not stopped you. Anything else you want to tell me?
No, sir.
Court has considered the statements made here today, the purposes and principles of sentencing, the relevance, seriousness, and recidivism factors. Mr. Miller, the court's going to find today that you are not amenable to community control and that prison is necessary to fulfill the purposes and principles of sentencing, including punishment, deterrence, and protection of the public. Quite frankly, I'm not going to give you a suspended sentence. I'm going to find today that prison is necessary, that probation would not adequately punish you and would seriously demean what happened in this case, and that your prior record clearly indicates that the community control or probation is not working. Prison is now necessary to fulfill the purposes and principles of sentencing, including punishment, deterrence, and protection of the public. So I'm going to order you to serve 12 months on counts 1, 2, and 3, 12 months each, those to be served concurrent with each other. 180 days in the Warren County Jail on count 4. That to also be served concurrent. You have 98 days jail time credit. There's no restitution being requested. Court finds that you're indigent for the purpose of other fines, costs, or financial sanctions. Now, Ms. Nicholson.